Okay, so I didn't really film a whole lot, but this is the royal icing that I was going to use for the cookies, which was one out of the four things that I made. This is how it turned out. I didn't really want to show the whole process of it just because the last video that I just posted, it goes through all the icing process, and that just takes too long to get the right angle, and then I have to keep getting up, going back and forth. So here I am packaging all of it because I ordered some stuff on Amazon just to make it look a little fancy because I also might need this later on for when I'm going to be doing actual orders. And so I decided I had some leftover candy from like graduation parties these past few months, so I decided to put those in there, and I just decided to also wrap them up in plastic wrap just because I don't want them touching the actual dessert, because like those candies could have touched other things, just like the table or other people's hands who was in the goodie bags from those parties. I don't know. So just to be safe. So that's what I am currently doing right now. And so I didn't really film a lot of the hot chocolate cookies, but that's what we have right here, which just have marshmallows. And here we have 3 John 1:2, which is actually a prayer. So if anyone who ate that cookie got it, it's like, interesting. Here I am making the blondies, and I've made these a couple times. Most of the times, actually all the times, I didn't use brown butter, but I decided to use it today just to see if it would give it a different flavor, like a, more intense flavor like brown butter does. But there was only one time that the blondies didn't work, but I used margarine for that, or actually it's vegetable oil spread, which I just found out some weeks ago that wasn't margarine. But anywho, so it actually turned out into something totally different, which is cool and interesting. But for the next thing that I'm going to be showing in this, which is the brownies, because I was planning on trying to make the brownies. The first time that I made them, I actually just used this blondie recipe and just kind of made it brownie-like, because every single time I made brownies, it's always been very bitter or just didn't really work out. So I just tried to see like if I could replace it with this, and the first time I did it, it did work, but I didn't follow the same exact process, so that could have been what kind of made it not turn out right. I don't have any pictures of it, but it ended up turning kind of cake-like, so could be over mixing just because I did like all the wet ingredients and all the dry ingredients, except for last time I just followed how I did it for this, but then it was a little too thick, so then I would change it up, and so then it's like liquidy enough, and then it actually turned out right. But this time it didn't. Anyways, I have my brother helping me, so you can see there's like 2 sets of hands. I don't know, maybe it could have also been my brother, because since I had somebody else helping, but probably not. I know, like, I searched it up because I was like, no, I really want to bring like brownies and all that, just because brownies is kind of like a typical thing to bring. That's why I also was gonna make blondies. Well, I actually was going to make blondies and then bring brownies just because, it's the same recipe. And the thing is, it didn't really work like I was saying. It turned out cake-like. So it was like almost time for the party, and I decided, okay, let me just try to make an actual brownie recipe. Like it actually says brownie recipe, not blondie recipe, just making it chocolatey. But like that didn't really turn out right. Like it tasted really good. Like very, very chocolatey, and I made it like half the amount just because I didn't really want to waste all that time having so much brownies and stuff. So yeah, but like I don't even know, there was just too much stuff going on with that, but it tasted really good though. I might use that like if I want to try to make like sculpted brownies, like little brownie bites, like brownie balls or things like that. It's actually a very good, nice chocolatey recipe. But anyways, my messy hand, here's me putting it into the pan. Again, you don't get to see any of the mess up with it, but I am telling you about it. So I decided to make this also a little bit less thick than the blondies, just because most brownies are like thick, kind of liquid, Depends. This is how it all turned out. Here is the party setup. It actually rained a little bit, like an hour before the party was actually gonna happen. I was like, oh no, 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 I hope we still gotta have the party. Thankfully we did. Thankfully God, he was right. Anyways, he dried up the place, so it was still like things weren't really wet because we got there around like 6:20, 30, 40, I don't know. So like it's the party started at 6. Things were dry, it was sunny, so that was great. Get